one of your limbs getting that's your partner, then your twin.
Today, from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, this is the National Football League. It's the Cleveland Browns taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The Dog Pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel, and they're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here's the Browns kicker, Chase McLaughlin, set to go, and we are underway now from Cleveland. This will be fielded inside the 5. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. First try on offense for the Bucs and their veteran quarterback, Tom Brady.
Well, we've all seen what Tom Brady can do on a football field for a couple of decades now. But how about his most impressive accomplishment? Moving to a different franchise and taking them to a Super Bowl title as well. Not many players can continually stiff-arm Father Time the way that he has.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Second and 10. To throw, it's Brady. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Down there is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
This is fielded at the 27. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section, where the columnists write possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? What? Who gave?
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 59 yards. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Touchdown. Here's McLaughlin to kick off. Taking it about the 1. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
A gain of 6 there on first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We usually talk about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
After the sack on first and under pressure, they got him again. Malik Jackson, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
Yeah, we're trying to set up a screen there, but that one just too slow in developing.
Yeah, too slow in developing and well-read, because that ends up being a bad feeling for the quarterback. When he's got no blocking in front of him, his guys are just going to let defenders go, and they're coming for him. So if it's not there, you just got to throw the ball at the turf at your running back's feet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by M.J. Stewart. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 14-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be.
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. Once that ball was loose, the question was, would this be 2 or would it be 6? It's 6. The defense able to pounce on it.
And for the offense, the training didn't really kick in, did it? Once that ball comes loose, you've got to get on it, make sure that you recover it, or make sure you punch it out of the end zone. Anything but give it to the defense to score a touchdown.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 21-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
The spotlight now focuses on the quarterback, and that's Tom Brady. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
On first down, Brady. And the catch made by Johnson.
7 yards, the pickup there.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Jordan Elliott forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball
under pressure, and they got to him again. Malik Jackson able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Taking it about the 36.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they can't bring him down. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
84 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. And his kick here is good. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
And we've got a penalty marker down here as he's able to get this only to the 20-yard line. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
2nd down at 4.
Brady going to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. 2nd time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And a rout is on here in this 1st half. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
So out come the Bucs now. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10
at their own 23. Throwing to start the drive. Brady
into the hands of Darden.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Malik Jackson getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
The sack backs him up, 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs. Back to throw. Brady. Right side, that's complete to Gronkowski. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the 1st down.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. That's taken on the 25. Oh, fighting off the defender. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That's going to set him back 5 yards. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, Chubb. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Brady. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Howard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second and 2. Now Brady. That's complete. Bernard. And out of bounds right around the 20.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Here's Brady. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line.
Jordan Elliott picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Brady. And now the rookie's free. The 40. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession.
You're running
in
with the
second quarter,
Browns.
they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. Now Brady to try again after the pick 6. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Johnson. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Brady. Looking middle, it's caught by Gronkowski. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Bucs on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Jadeveon Clowney able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And this offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Nice sack.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. That'll go in the books as just a 16-yard punt. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He has not had the start to this game that he envisions here in the second quarter. He's struggling a little bit. But, hey, they're in the lead right now. So kind of what's going on in his head, do you think, Charles?
I think that's what he has to keep in mind. Winning the ball game is not going the way he wants in terms of his own play. But, oh, yeah, that's right, winning the ball game. So don't press. Don't try and do things outside of what's going on right now. Don't try to increase your game or get yourself right. Just make sure you continue to lead your ball club and keep them moving in the right direction.
Well, they've got that lead so far. 1 interception for him, no touchdown passes.
Run Chubb.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
96 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another touchdown.
A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Browns are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they?
Now carry there for Fournette as he's able to work his way for a gain of about 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up of this contest.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. A timeout here as we got a player shaken up. And that's Johnson who's down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now he'll throw with Brady. Throw left side complete. That's Evans. Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. McLaughlin for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Mike Evans and the Tampa offense about to set up shop.
You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the second quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. Brady now on first down. That's caught by Howard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Brady now to throw. This is caught by Evans. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Brady.
A quick pass here to Godwin.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now.
And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Troy Hill picks it. 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. This game really becoming a one-sided affair. Pick 6 there. It's in danger of being over before halftime.
And that's going to be a major league test for both of these teams. Because, look, you feel like you've got this thing locked up, right? But on the other side, in the other locker room, it's going to be a test of pride now. Forget speeches, forget adjustments. What kind of pride do they have to start the second half?
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will extend this big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. On play action, it's Brady. Going to air it out deep for Gronkowski. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rob Gronkowski, 73 yards. And the Bucs are able to get a score back. That was a nice little setup there off play action for the long touchdown pass.
Yeah, I've got to tell you, it brings back bad memories for a guy like me as a former defensive back, because in a playbook I knew a long time ago, we described that play pattern as draw pass 9 go. Meaning fly pattern after the play action pass, try and hit him for the deep ball, and boy, were they successful on that one. So tough because his speed is so great, you've got to make sure you don't miss any cues or keys in order to try and keep up with him.
Draw pass 9 go. That's still a nightmare.
The night and feel the guy going past me.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Jarvis Landry, helmet back on and ready to go. Second quarter here, he has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think, though, he's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Yeah, well, so far, just the single catch.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
They go play action here on first down. And that, incomplete. Daylight in front if he could have held on, but he didn't. So instead, it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Floating one, incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. Touchdown, Browns. Jarvis Landry, 44 yards. And the Browns continue to roll. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Brady now on first down. And he finds Howard complete. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. From the 30 on second down. Brady, he's got his big tight end, Gronkowski. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
Demetric Felton.
48 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Hey, rookie, that's the way to make an impression. Return one for a touchdown.
Yeah, welcome to the party. We saw him fielding those punts before the game, and he just had a little bit of a look in his eye, didn't he?
He did. He was a confident young man, and now we know why.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. We know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
2nd down and 5.
Here's Brady to throw.
He's going to drop this one down to Bernard.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Brady. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 3rd and 1, they opt to pass it, and the one thing happened that could not happen. They took a sack.
Yeah, I just wonder, is that an indictment of their offensive line? Did they think that they couldn't move them enough to pick up a 1st down there? Or was it analytics? Did they think about it that way? In any event, they'll be studying that in the future.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. As they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They set up the screen to Chubb. Shoves him aside. Pushes by another. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
On to this abridged version of the EA Sports halftime report. This one, maybe not the hard-fought battle many had hoped for. But still more football to be played. Who knows what could happen as we send you right back out to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. Taken from about the 12. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the 3rd. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
133 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the 3rd quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone. And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll look to throw.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Back to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hunt. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 32-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown! A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Browns take the kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Throwing is Brady on third down. And that is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy Bunting. And the Buccaneers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Brady. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now Brady. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Now Chubb running right. He gets away from one. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 168 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Looking left side, that's caught by Landry.
Yeah, the Browns are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Hunt will score. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that drives 7 plays in length. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off, as he did so with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to